All right, so we're about to attempt the 1 mile target. It's actually 1,790 yards. It's on an 11-degree angle, so a little bit up the hill. So you definitely want to make sure you account for that. According to my Kestrel here, it's going to be 22.1 mils of dial. The great thing about this Tractoric is that it has so much elevation in it that I'll be able to dial all of that without having to hold any extra in the reticle. And that brings a few advantages because it allows you to stay optically in the center without having to come down in your field of view. So also if you miss, it makes it easier to spot your misses and make corrections off of that without having to really hold at the bottom edge of your field of view, because if you have to do that, then obviously if you miss below or left or right, you might not be able to see exactly where you hit or miss to make that correction. So we're gonna attempt it. We just went 2 for 3 at the 1,200 yard target, so we're feeling kind of good. The wind isn't terrible, but we held half a mil at 1,200, 0.5 to center, so we'll see what it ends up. I'm thinking maybe 8 9/10 at a mile is what I'm gonna start with, and we'll see how it goes from there. All right, so I'm gonna dial the scope for the mile target. So started at 0, that's 10, 20, and the nice thing is this has revolution indicators on it. It has lines so that you can see exactly what revolution you're on, so you know how many mils you just dialed, and that should be about it right there. Gonna lock that down just to make sure it doesn't move at all, and we'll send a couple at 1790. That's about 30 yards further than a mile, and see how we do.
You were just under the target. Bring your elevation back down to what it was. Take that 0.2 off.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold left 1 mil. Impact.
All right, so we just shot at the 1,790 yard target. That's a little over a mile, and we ended up with a 3rd round impact. Super exciting for me. I ended up having to hold a little extra elevation because of the fact that I had to account for my bullets going into the transonic region, shooting a very small caliber for that kind of distance. If I was gonna use this scope on a bigger gun and routinely take it out to a mile and 2,000 and 2,500 yards and beyond in those ELR distances, I would definitely throw a more aggressive base on it. I only have 20 MOA in here because for PRS, you don't really need that much elevation. You know, we're usually shooting maybe 1,400 yards max, but this scope is capable of a lot more because it has so much internal elevation. Again, it has about 40 mils of internal elevation from what I counted from top to bottom. So with an extra 20 MOA in here for a total of 40 MOA, this thing would easily be able to dial to the mile and beyond for what I needed. But 3rd round impact held about 0.7, 0.8 wind, so initial wind call was pretty good based on what we were kind of feeling out here. Not a whole lot of wind, but enough to make a little bit of difference, so it was a lot of fun. We're gonna go shoot some other courses of fire over here and do some more dynamic shooting, some obstacles and stuff like that, but tracks out to a mile, so far so good.